You're live.
Hi everybody, Michelangelo Badio here, and I have a special guest, Tobias Hurwitz, that's invented and released an app called this is incredible, it's called the Steampunk Metronome, and so we're going to talk about this today, and also we're going to jam. We're going to get Adam, who you know from watching the show, that's kind of the video director of everything, and but I want to first talk a little bit about Sawtooth. I'm going to be playing a show with the MAB band in September. I think the date is September 24th, Saturday, in Los Angeles. And so I'll be posting, it's kind of in the valley there, so I'll be posting that information. And then, like I told you guys last week, I'm going to be going to Europe for a pretty good-sized tour, so it should be cool. And then I want to say hello to some people. I see Denny, Nick, Cynthia, there's Tanya, Alexis, who else? I said Nick, Roxana, Jenny, Rob, let's see, who else? Evan, hey, if it was in Chicago, then we could have been. Yeah, I'm reading a couple of the comments. And if you want to know why I'm wearing sunglasses in a studio with no windows, because we have 3 monster guitar players, well, 2 extra. The shred is so immense that it's emitting a glow that's actually been hurting my eyes. So anyway, that is what's going on. Now, Sawtooth, as you know, has been running this sale, and it's still going on. It's getting towards the end, but it's 40% off everything and anything. And so what I did is before I left, when I was there doing the signing of guitars online, it was so successful, and we decided to have me sign another 100 of these M24s in black. And so I signed 100. You get my signature, so the shred is transferred. And then they're only in the low $200 with this 40% discount. It's absolutely incredible. And so make sure if you're interested in getting them, time is running short for this sale. I don't remember how many days are left, but it's maybe a week to 10 days, but I don't have the exact amount, but it's getting close to the finish line here. Now, let's do something. Tobias wrote this track to jam on, and I thought it would be kind of cool to get everybody to play on this. So we're going to have Tobias play, myself, and then we're going to bring Adam up too, and he's going to be playing the Sawtooth Heritage guitar. Tobias is playing one of his PRS. I like Paul Reed Smith, can't say that. So are you ready, Adam?
Yep.
Let's rock! Yes. Okay, and we muted the mic, right?
Yep.
Cool. All right. We did a little bit of a wait here before so we can make sure everybody's situated. Joey has something to say. I'm gonna shred it! That's it!
It's
So,
taking too long. Something's happening. Sorry.
okay.
Well,
Do we have play?
sorry. That's my fault.
Okay. Somebody wrote get your pull. Yes. Yes. Okay. Hello, Korea. Dan from Korea. I'm just reading some of the comments here. turn on the microphone. All good. Yes. Yes. Yeah, that was fun. Thanks, Adam. Thanks, Tobias.
That was fun.
Now, yeah, it was fun playing that track. Kind of all along the Watchtowers, which is, I love it, but a modern version of it. Now, one of the things that I was talking about earlier about the Sawtooth sale, 40% off. And what you do is you just literally type in the coupon code and you get the 40 off. It's very, very simple. I've signed 100 of these. A lot of them are gone already, but there's still some left. And so if you're interested in this guitar for the money is really unbeatable. It's fantastic. And I use it all the time. It's one of my go-to guitars. Now, we have been at my studio. Tobias came in from the Baltimore area. I was with him the week before doing this rock fest in Baltimore. He runs a school, like a summer camp.
Baltimore
right?
Rock Fest, yeah,
Yeah.
every summer.
Yeah, and but he came up with this amazing app, and it is called the Steampunk Metronome, and we have been doing promos for it all week. But this thing is unlike any metronome you've ever seen. It's programmable. You can do so many things with it, and I thought I can talk about it all day and all night. But Joey, yes, I can use it. I made me forget the metronome. It was me that made it cool. Shut up. And so, but anyway, it's amazing. And so I thought, why have me talk about it when I can have the person who came up with it? And you'll start seeing the advertisements and what we did. We filmed the last 3 days, just things for the Steampunk Metronome. Okay, Tobias,
Okay,
take
thanks,
it away.
Michael. Well, I've spent a long time developing this app, and I think it's the best metronome I could possibly imagine. After years of work, what I thought was, what do I want out of a metronome? And what I want is something that's really easy to use and something that also does everything a regular metronome doesn't do. So this is two metronomes in one. What we have here is called the Basic Met. And the Basic Met, well, it's so easy a 5-year-old could use it. If I just push play, you have a click. And the speed range of the Basic Met goes really, really high. It goes from 1 to 500. And you can change time signatures just by pressing one button. If I want to do 3/4, I'm in 3/4 just like that. If I want to do 5/4, I'm in 5/4 just like that. Very, very easy to do. Of course, it has tap tempo, and it has everything that a regular metronome has just on one screen. No screen switching. Very, very easy.
Yeah.
Now, the thing that's so cool about this is it does a lot more. If you want extra features, you can go into what's called the Prog Met. And now the Prog Met, it has what's called bar box screen. Now, bar box screen, you can control everything in a bar. The tempo, the number of beats, subdivision. You can morph tempos. You can say, I want this thing to gradually speed up over a period of time. And it also has the infamous More Cowbell button, which is the only More Cowbell button in the industry, to my knowledge.
Yes, we want you to explore the space.
That's right. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play you a little track here, which is called Max Cowbell. So you can save and name tracks on this, which is another thing most metronomes can't do. And we have this thing called Max Cowbell here. So what you're going to hear is the fastest possible cowbell. It's going to go to 1,000 beats per minute. And it's going to gradually speed up.
Yeah, the mic's up there, so.
All right. Now the funny thing is, that was over 16 notes a second, and that's Michelangelo's speed. He can play that fast, and that's one of the things you're going to see on the videos we just made. Now, another track I'd like to open is we've programmed the time signatures of one of Michael's songs, a song called Oceans of Time. So I'm going to open Oceans of Time, and Oceans of Time has 9/4, 7/4, 5/8, and was there another one?
I can't remember. I write everything in mixed meters. But anyway, there now I'll put the microphone is up there, so yeah, so people can hear. What this makes it so cool is that it's one thing to play like a mixed meter with a, but when you add these like eighth notes and things to the music, you are really hearing a precise count. And that is something that can really help timing. Like, for example, and so do, 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 do. So we're going to play this. This is my song called Oceans of Time, just the riff. And now I use 7-string, and I use actually the Sawtooth 7-string. I'm using a 6-string here, so we moved everything up a string, but you want to...
You'll hear 4 clicks and it will
Yeah.
be on.
Ready? So you get the idea. Now, does everybody hear me good? Somebody said there is no microphone.
Two questions that I think you want to address. What
Okay.
platforms is it available for? Can it go on iPhone too?
Yes, this is for iPhone, for Droid, and for iPad. So you can get it on any of that.
Yeah, and I mean, the price is crazy. I
It's
mean,
like $2.99. It's less than a cup of coffee.
And can we get it now?
You can get it now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
get
can-
it right now, $2.99, and there's never any ads, there's never any subscriptions, and you always get the newest version as a free update. So it's not like so many other things where you have to pay a la carte for the good features. All the good features are just already on it.
Yeah, and I mean, I just genuinely really liked it. You know, that's kind of my criteria because, you know, I have talked before about, you know, writing with drum programs, but, you know, there's nothing like hearing this pulse that just, especially when you can program, show them the one riff. Or
Okay, yeah.
What Tobias did is he wrote this thing where it goes, you use like, I think it starts in quarters or eighths.
It starts
Quarters,
with eighths.
then eighths, then triplets, then quintuplets, you know, quads. And so he divides it from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the thing that's really cool about this is that when you listen to it, you swear the tempo changes, but it doesn't. And that's timing, because the tempo is consistent, but when you're playing these different groups and these asymmetrical groupings, it feels like it's moving faster and it isn't. And that's something that you just can't duplicate unless you'd have to program it, and it's so easy to do on this. But it's just a wonderful metronome. You
So,
want to try it? And see
Yeah, I'll
what-
give it a try. I call this Subdividing the Beat. It's one of my little practice routines, and I'm going to use a B Locrian scale to play it with. So you get the idea.
And you heard it sounds like it's speeding up, but it's not. And that's one of the things where I think this metronome is so superior, because you can program these just out there things and really get a feel for what the tempo is and what the groupings are. So yeah, I'm really impressed with that. Now, also too, Sawtooth has thousands of guitars in stock, and they also make left-handed versions of virtually every single guitar. So you can not only get this in a right-handed version, but left-handed, and they just make fantastic instruments. The MAB band will be playing in LA on Saturday, September 24th. It's going to be our first show. Now, the thing about the MAB band, if you've seen me play before with my solo show, you know that, and Tobias has seen this many times, I play to tracks. And so now there's obviously never any fast lead guitar, you know, I would have been called out by now, you know, but it's all real. But it's still tracks. And so with the MAB band, there's no tracks. It's all just real players playing. And so we did a version, for example, of my song No Boundaries with no rhythm underneath it, just the lead, bass, and drums. And it's just cool to hear this, you know, and it's fun. It's almost like full circle for me, because that's how I started playing anyway. And, you know, the bands Nitro and Holland and things that I played with in the past, my major label bands, that's what we did. You know, we were just guys playing and singing. So now one of the things too is check out my YouTube channel. You're going to start seeing videos of the metronome, and I just think, you know, it's called the Steampunk Metronome. It's available now, and like Tobias said, there's no subscriptions, there's no ads, but it is amazing, and the interface looks really cool, too.
Yeah, it does.
You know, I think it's killer.
It's got the best screen of any metronome.
Yeah, it looks like old school knobs, and, you know, very steampunk.
I feel like
style.
a mad scientist when I'm using it.
It's alive! It's alive! Yeah, it is. It just looks cool. You know, these old, like you would see, like, you know, World War I submarine dials or something. But it's very state of the art. Is there anything?
I saw something else that just came up that you should address. Somebody wants to know if these Sawtooth guitars, that when they buy them, are they set up the same as yours?
Yeah, that's a good question. One of the things with Sawtooth that makes them better, there's a lot of things. It's really about value for the price, and Sawtooth can't be beat. They have really great setup people, and it doesn't matter what price point of guitar, whether it's as low as $100 or $1,000 or anywhere in between, all the guitars are set up. And I have to say this Sawtooth is the first company I have ever been with. Now, I haven't been with a lot of guitar companies in my life. I'm not a company hopper, but never was I able to get my stock signature models that were set up correctly until Sawtooth. And like this is one of the prototypes of the M24s. The production model is every bit as good, if not better. See, most of the times you'd get a sample and a prototype and it'd be like, dude, it's awesome, bro, because the company wants to sell you the guitars. So they make the best version they can make, and then you get the production model and you're like, dude, this sucks, bro. And it's true, it's lesser quality. And a lot of companies have to deal with this. It's QC, quality control. Sawtooth has to deal with it, of course, but their quality control is unmatched. So to answer your question, in about a 10-minute version versus 30 seconds, they all come set up, all of them right out of the box. And their acoustic guitars are amazing too. And one of the things that I think is really great about Sawtooth is that they are not only successful in electric guitars, they're very successful in acoustic guitars, acoustic basses. The Rudy Sarzo acoustic bass is fantastic. Their drums are amazing. Vinny Appice from Last in Line now, Dio, Black Sabbath. His first professional job was with John Lennon, not too shabby. And so he is the spokesperson for Sawtooth drums, and he's an iconic drummer and wouldn't play something that isn't amazing. But you know, across the board, Sawtooth makes great gear. Even the cajones that they play, you've seen the owner play, but I can't say enough about the company. Is there anything you want to add about the Steampunk
There is,
Metronome?
yeah. When you go to the App Store and get this, make sure you type in the words Steampunk Metronome. Because if you don't, you might end up with something slightly similar instead of this product. So it looks like this, and it's Steampunk Metronome. And it'll say Tobias Hurwitz right on it, so you know it's the right one.
Great. But anyway, we're going to keep this short and sweet today. And you all know that, you know, I work with Metal Method Productions, and I have my own URL, learn-to-shred, learn-to-shred.com. Learn with a little hyphen, to little hyphen, shred.
And
So
it's
if
in
you,
the comments.
what's that?
It's in the comments too.
Oh yeah, it's in the comments. Okay, cool. But I can't say enough about Sawtooth, Chromacast, or other companies. The Steampunk Metronome is really, really cool. It's super easy to use. This prog mode, you can just program the wildest stuff. And also, too, the thing that I really like about it is if you see like asymmetrical groups, like groups of 5s or 7s or 9s that have to be played within one count, you can just set, it's an easy programmable thing. You can just, and you can hear what it sounds like when you heard Tobias play, like the quarter notes, then eighth notes, then triplets, then groups of 5s, then groups of 7s. Now, wasn't in that order because he went straight up numbers-wise, but it's just very, very cool. Let's see, how do you know if you have come full circle or if you have a long way to go? That's Cynthia. And then, hey, Bill, how are you? He said app purchase. Thank you. Cynthia, you know, I love your questions because they're very thought-provoking. Her question is, how do you know if you've come full circle or you still have a long way to go? I think it's deja vu. I think if you feel like you've been there before, for example, I started my career playing in 3-piece bands, and I was actually the lead singer very early in the bands that I played in. And we always had at least 2 people that sang. So I was a lead singer, and then our drummer usually was the lead singer too. It depended on which band. And then, you know, as I got older, still a teenager, you know, we added a keyboard player and just a proper lead singer. But I think full circle is when you feel like you've done these different things, and all of a sudden it comes back where you're kind of doing something that you did in the very beginning of whatever project or whatever your career is. It doesn't have to just be in music. It could be building houses. It could be in art. So you go through all these different periods in your life. And also, it doesn't even have to be that you're older. It could be a year from now. But I think coming full circle, like I'm doing now and playing, even though I'm so much better of a guitarist and I have this lifetime of experience, I'm back to where I started, just real people playing real music without any additions or any background tracks. That doesn't mean I'm not going to do one-man shows occasionally or clinics, but it's just so much fun to play the way I started to play. Okay. I think that's about it. Someone said they're trapped in an intermediate plateau. I think you need to get the Speed Kills lessons because I show you how to play fast. I can give you the keys to the Lamborghini. Now, what I can't make you do is drive the car. You have to drive the car. But I show the exercises. I'm living proof that the techniques work. I have so many famous students that have studied Speed Kills from Herman Lee, and Dimebag studied my original instructional program. John Petrucci started using Jazz 3 picks when he saw me using them. And I mean, there's so many influences. Tom Morello, and I'm not saying I'm the coolest or this. I genuinely want to help you. I genuinely, wait, Joey, listen, shut up and let me talk. He genuinely wants to help, but he ain't doing it. It's me. I, me. It's Joey. So you see, and but I really want to help, and Speed Kills works. That's all I can say. But anyway, thank you so much, Tobias. Is there any last words you want to say about it?
Just get on the App Store and get the Steampunk Metronome.
Yes, it's totally cool. It's great.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, and so I want to thank Adam for jamming along too.
Yeah, he
and yeah, he does a great job every week, and he was one of my former students, and he just tears it up. And but anyway, thanks to each and every one of you. I love doing the live streams. I'll continue to do them for as long as I can. So anyway, I'm Michelangelo Badio for Sawtooth Guitars, Chromacast, and Goatee PS. That's where you can order all this stuff.